Let's start with Block Monster 8 in Triple Threat. Living up to the name.
And in the locker room, each guy. And here's a look at some numbers for Rose.
And it's a nice month he's having. Something's got him motivated. He's become a much bigger contributor offensively. He's settled into the kind of groove that every player wants to get in.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. We've got Irving, Aldridge out there with Richardson. And there's Davis, and it's Valanciunas, and at the center filling out the middle. And for the Barons, Rose is out there with Wiggins. Then it's Pascal Siakam. Then there's Marjanovic, and it's DeRozan in at the 3 spot. Rose passes to DeRozan. Siakam outside. Pass to Rose. Shot clock at 5. That one misses. And it's Chicago the other way.
Yeah, lots of sloppy play in that one. Several key miscues. They just couldn't overcome the mistakes.
Well, you know, you got to take care of the basketball. Hopefully, they learn from that game and are better going forward.
Here's Rose, following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Rose, that's good. And with the playoffs ahead, some have argued for a play-in tournament, Clark, to determine the 6 through 10 seeds. What do you think of that?
An interesting concept. In theory, it certainly might allow for more teams to be engaged down the stretch. You know, with Adam Silver, he's very much interested in seeing how to make the game better in every way. So there are no sacred cows. Just because it's been done one way before doesn't mean that he's not looking at ways to change it for improvement.
And keep that fan base really interested.
Yeah, that's a big part of what's made the league as successful as it has been worldwide.
Here's DeRozan after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Back to Irving. He kicks it to Davis. To the inside. Here's Valanciunas. And that one falls, coming off of Davis's feed.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Let's send it over to David Aldridge, who caught up with head coach Kenny Atkinson. DA.
Thanks, Kevin. He told me that doing a good job defending the perimeter would get everything else going. He said, if we can get them off their spots and make them do things they're not used to, we'll have a very good chance. See if they can execute that strategy, Kevin. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. Obviously, the 3 ball is a big concern for any defense. Bulls have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Baseline try, and the Bulls tack on 2 more.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Now, here's Rose, coming off a solid outing against Phoenix. Back to Marjanovic. And the rejection by Valanciunas. Puts it up from 12, and the jumper falls for him.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Here's Rose, following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Yes, that goes in.
Guys, how about the ball handling by Rose there? Showing you a little bit of the back to the future Rose with those moves.
Rose against Richardson. Outside Irving. Offensive rebound. Here's Aldridge. And he banks in the layup.
Boy, Aldridge using those long arms of his to corral that offensive rebound.
Baltimore trails by 8. There's 18 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Rose with the ball. Great numbers on a nightly basis as he averages over 24 points a game. Here's the 3. Cranes it from beyond the arc. Rose has got 7 points.
Boy, I tell you, you got to get out on Rose from there. He's lethal from behind the arc.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Bulls lead. And let's listen to Pascal Siakam talking about the...
You come in every day, guys in the gym.
And Greg, when everyone is working hard, it builds a chemistry.
And a culture. Kevin, winning teams all have it. It's not enough to be here. You want to win.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And from what we've seen so far from the Bulls, what's your take?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, you know, I agree. No warm-up needed. They came in on fire and have already built a nice lead.
They've got Siakam. Derrick Rose is out there with Andrew Wiggins. And it's DeRozan. And it's Marjanovic in at the 5. And for Chicago, Aldridge out there with Richardson. And there's Davis. Then it's Kyrie Irving. And it's Valanciunas in at the 5. Home in the paint. Irving can't get it to go.
I don't think he's performing up to his own expectations, but they still find themselves out in front.
And the rejection by Valanciunas. Davis surveying the floor. Loads it up for Davis. DeMar DeRozan grabs the board.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Now here is Davis, following the miss by Derrick Rose. Davis dishes to Irving. Aldridge against Marjanovic. Aldridge kicks to Valanciunas. Pass to Irving. Knocked away and stolen by Siakam. And with that, the Chicago lead is cut down to 1 in the bucket from Rose.
Boy, he's an absolute blur. Derrick Rose, cat-like quickness.
Back to Irving. Irving double team. Rose with some nice D. The Barons have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Wiggins, good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assists. Wiggins has got the lead up to 1 now for the Barons. And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. Who do you think is the best center right now, spacing the floor and also embracing the traditional responsibilities of a center?
Boy, I tell you, it wasn't until the playoffs of this past season that I got to see Jokic. My goodness, he is a
Something,
joy
isn't he? Wow.
to watch. His footwork, his shot making, his skill, and I think his passing is probably the best attribute of his game. But I would put him in that category because he can make the deep 3. Embiid is streaky from there. In terms of the balanced approach, I think probably you could throw Karl Anthony Towns in that mix.
Good names.
Great assist that time by Kyrie Irving.
Bulls shooting their first free throw tonight.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And guys, that's a pretty good improvement over last season.
Now here's Rose. He's got 11. And there's the pass to Wiggins. 1:21 left in the first half.
And when you see Wiggins starting to develop that mindset, that mental edge, knows he has the defender in trouble, and he's able to draw the foul as a result.
He's off on the second.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
Here's Irving. It doesn't go for him. Wiggins with some nice D.
Guys, this hasn't been his quarter. I mean, to me, he just doesn't look completely comfortable or confident.
That one goes in.
You know, the athleticism is obvious when you look at DeRozan's game, but he also has tremendous strength, and wasn't much the defender could do there.
Now, here is Irving. He's coming off an unbelievably high-scoring game. Pulls up on the wing, and the shot goes in. Irving's got his 3rd basket of the night.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
Here's DeRozan. Nice D from Valanciunas.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Wiggins with the block.
Great read that time by Wiggins, anticipating the shot. sends it out with return to sender posted.
Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
And Irving launches it from deep. And the last second attempt does not go in for him.
Love the intensity on defense there. Rose enjoys getting after it and making a difference at that end of the...
And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to Well for Baltimore. Kenny, what did you see from them?
They were really efficient.
And that'll do it for...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Kind of like what Derrick Rose has done in this game.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
They've got Marjanovic. Wiggins is out there with Derrick Rose. Then it's Pascal Siakam. And it's DeRozan in at the small forward. That's the group starting the second half for Kenny Atkinson. Irving can't get it to go. And so it's Wiggins with it. He'll bring it up for Baltimore. 3-point lead. It's off to Charlotte for him after this game as they take on the Hornets. That'll be just one game played away from home for them.
Staying alert and aware. Wiggins sees his man flash to an open spot. Pass is right on the money.
Trying to break that ice cold streak. And Irving with the lay-in. Good. Irving's got 8 points.
Taking it up strong against size. He does not lack for confidence.
That's well done there. I mean, don't even give him a chance to get to the block. Get in tight and finish at the rim.
Here's DeRozan, and it's in there. DeRozan's got the lead, back up to 5 now for the Barons.
Check out the body control from DeRozan there, guys. I mean, clearly there's contact, but it's almost impossible to affect his shot.
Rose with the ball. Picked up by Davis.
Does not get much easier than that, but somehow he came up empty there.
Here's Irving. Got it. Good job in the low post. Irving's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Boy, I tell you, I don't know if there's anybody better than Kyrie Irving close to the basket. He has a great feel for how to score inside.
Here's Rose. That's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
Clark, you were so prolific in so many areas of the game. Which part of basketball came the easiest for you?
I think the rebounding piece. I always had a knack for sniffing out missed shots and had the size and timing and hands to chase down rebounds, but that was probably the strength of my game and the most unique part of it at an early age. And then the ball handling. My dad was 6'4" in the 50s, which meant you pretty much played inside, and he drummed into my head and my heart. Make sure you can handle that ball. So from the time I started playing, I was dribbling it and making sure I could handle it, and it served me well during my playing career.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. That shot is off. And the Bulls going the other way now. Rose against Irving. Rose with some nice D. Baltimore leading by 4. Wiggins right side. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Wiggins has got his second basket of the night. For Chicago, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Irving against Siakam. Releases from 15. Irving, good. Irving's got 14.
You know, so far he's been dominant this period, making the most of his opportunities.
They get a hand on it, and stolen by Irving. 43 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. And he makes good on the layup. Now just a 2-point Baltimore lead.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Rose scanning the floor. DeRozan against Richardson. 6 on the shot clock. Now here's DeRozan. Not a lot of room. Fires for 3. LaMarcus Aldridge grabs the miss. Aldridge has got his 6th rebound on the night. And we just finished the 3rd quarter, and we've got a tight. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this 4th quarter. So for Chicago right now, Davis is out there with Irving. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. Then it's Josh Richardson. And it's Aldridge in at the power forward. Outside, Davis. Passes it to Aldridge. Irving against Rose. Bounce pass from Valanciunas. Richardson finds Aldridge. Baltimore with the rebound. Marjanovic has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Wiggins. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Now it's a 6-point Baltimore lead.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches who used to say, that ain't gonna get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
Fades and shoots. Second shot opportunity. That shot off. Good D by Siakam. Baltimore leading by 6. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Well, constantly finding lanes to the basket, getting great looks inside.
Rose against Irving. Just over a minute and a half played here in the 4th. To the paint, deflects the pass. DeRozan with it. And it's Richardson picking him up. Jumps up. Here's Marjanovic. And Davis sends it back. To the middle. They need this. Aldridge down low. Covered by Siakam. Aldridge, no luck.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
At the elbow, Irving. And a great assist by Aldridge as that one goes in. 18 points for Kyrie Irving.
And he's done this so much that we almost take Kyrie for granted. Let's take tonight to appreciate what a special player he is.
Pass to DeRozan. Over Richardson. Marjanovic. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Marjanovic has got the lead up to 11 now for the Barons.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Here's Irving. Baltimore with the rebound. Here are the Barons stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for Baltimore.
What an effort in the transition game we've seen tonight from these guys. Really pushed the ball, and I think in doing so created a lot of pressure on the defense.
Definitely had a huge edge, and this is their DNA. When they run the ball and dictate the flow of the offense like we've seen here, these are the kinds of games they can have.
So looking at the season total, this will be their 17th win. And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Derrick Rose.
You can't look back at too many major moments in this game and not see his imprint put all over it.
From the stripe, Irving, good.
And the mid-range shot of Irving is impressive. He has wonderful form with that shot.
Here's Rose. And so the Barons take the win. A confident win. David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks.